What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Patriot Specialized. On this episode, this is our pickup. You saw me on the last episode. I delivered the forklift to Scott, Louisiana. And yesterday afternoon, I left Scott, Louisiana, and ran up about 126 miles up to Fort Polk, Louisiana, and picked up some military equipment. That I was hoping was going to load yesterday, and unfortunately they didn't get it ready until this morning. They did get it ready super early for me this morning. They got it ready at about 6:30, and you're about to see the video on that, on the load on that.
An American eagle tattooed on his left arm. Old Glory flying proud on that eastbound Western Star. He's got an MIA sticker for his brothers that still miss him, praying that somehow they make it home. He drives across this country from sea to shining sea, remembering the sacrifice, how freedom don't come free. With a windshield full of what he loves, takes pride in what he did and does. This soldier grabs another gear and he rolls on. Star stripes and white lines, charging through the long line like an 18-wheel cavalry, loaded down with liberty. Where would America be without star stripes and white lines? He thinks about his babies, safe and sound asleep at home, and he knows someday they'll understand the reasons he's been gone. Talk about a hero, man, I'd sure like to shake his hand. Take the time to thank the man that keeps this country strong. With star stripes and white lines, charging through the long night like an 18-wheel cavalry, loaded down with liberty. Where would America be without the star stripes and white lines? Star stripes and white lines, charging through the long night like an 18-wheel cavalry, loaded down with liberty. Star stripes and white lines, charging through the long night like an 18-wheel cavalry, loaded down with liberty. I'll fire them things up, boys. Been out here on this highway, rolling on now 20 years. Just like my dad before me, coffee, blood, sweat, and tears. I'm addicted to the white line, a prisoner of the road. Ain't no cure for this disease, it brings us outlaws and rogues. When they locked me up, they handed me the keys. I'm pulling 18 years of life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 gears, 18 gears, 18 gears of life. Some say I'm semi-crazy, my God, it's hard to tell. This diamond tuck and leather just might be my padded sail. Those pictures on my dashboard where I've watched my kids grow up, I thank God they understand the cost of diesel in my blood. They know this rambling man and what sets me free. I'm pulling 18 just alive, with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time, just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 years, 18 years, 18 years of life.
Man, it's hot out here. It's all over but the hooking back up now.
My heart belongs to Jesus, but this old highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time, just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 years.
And I figured I'm on my 30-minute break. I'm up in Tennessee now. Figured I'd jump out here and take a break. I was just on the phone with a buddy of mine, Mr. Richard Lemon, the hard worker. He seems to be really darn concerned about whether I check my securement lately or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and check my securement, and we're gonna talk about it while I'm out there checking it. So here we go. Let's see how hot it is out here. Woo, boy, still 92 degrees. Yep, yeah, there's a bunch of humidity. So here we go. We're at a pilot truck stop. I was hoping for a rest area. I thought it would have been better, but there just wasn't one in range from when I had to shut down for my break. So, grab my gloves. All right. Go around the other side here. Whoops, that's where well, I guess I'm still temporarily parked. Just not picking up a scale ticket. No. All right, so here's our load right here. You see. I can already see one chain I got an issue with. And these chains, they were fighting with me when I put them on, so this load, there's something screwed up about this load, and I'm gonna talk about that here in a minute. But I got what I was supposed to be picking up. My rate confirmation says it was 53,000 pounds, so I went ahead and got permits for all that. And I got a feeling that our boys at the military base, yeah, that thing's loose, screwed up and only put part of the load on me. Honestly, rather than tightening this thing up, I probably could just take it completely off, and that would be okay given the weight situation on this. But it's already on here. Probably take me longer to take it off than it will just to fix it. Whew. Well, that was a ton of work. So, what I thought about this load was that it weighed 53,000 pounds. So, I secured it for the 53,000 pounds. This is what I got. I ran 2 chains, X'd off the top, off the lifting lugs off the top up there. Hooked them, came down the other side of the trailer. Same thing this way. These two at the bottom, they hook into the trailer, go through the eyelet, and go all the way across and hook on the other side. I got one pulling forward and one pulling backwards up here. Whew, warm today. And then I got two chains back here, same as the front, X'd on it. So what I thought was I was going to need like 27,000 pounds of securement. So I put 6 chains on it. 4 of them I only get half credit for. So I would have been just a touch under the required 27. So I went ahead and added, well, I was doing the math, and I before I put an extra chain on it, I went in and checked my gauge in my truck, and it was way low. So I thought, okay, this thing doesn't weigh what they said it does. So I felt at that point, I'm like, I don't need to add any additional securement, because I know based on my gauge that this thing is not as heavy as they said it was. So what it turned out to be is I took it up and got it scaled, and I'll put the scale ticket up here in a second. I took it up and got it scaled, and this thing only weighs 14,000 pounds. So what I think happened here is, I think this thing was on the back of an LST truck. It's kind of like a military roll-off truck. They come in, set these things down, then they come in, snatch them up. They can do it really fast. And it was on the back of that, and I think, I got a feeling I was supposed to take the truck and the box. So I'm going to talk about that here in a minute when I get back inside, but I wanted to show you securement on it, check my securement since the hard worker was so worried about it, make him happy. And I'm going to jump back in. I'll tell you the story about how this ended up like this. So that's our baby right there. Talk to y'all in 1 minute. All right, so like I said earlier, this load, I was hoping to be able to pick it up yesterday, and I was back and forth with Staff Sergeant on base that was my point of contact for picking it up, and I was back and forth with him for about 2 hours last night, just talking about when the load would be ready, when they wanted me to come in. I was hoping it would be ready yesterday. He said definitely didn't have it yesterday, and he said I'll let you know what time. And I said, all right, man, I'll probably just come in and get checked in through the gate, and I'll just go to the lot where I'm picking up at first thing in the morning, and I'll just wait till it's ready. He said, yeah, that's probably your best bet, because I'm not 100% sure when it's going to be there. So I said, okay. Well, a little bit later, he texted me and said, hey, man, my guys are going to have your piece there at 6:30 in the morning. I said, perfect, I'll be there. So I roll up to the gate. I'm getting checked in at the gate. They're checking my truck. You know, anybody who's been to a military base, you know that you pull into the commercial gate, you got to open up every compartment, and they search everything. And while I was there, I was checking in, getting my gate pass to get into the base, and the specialist that was dropping that thing off, he texted me and said, hey, I got your number from Staff Sergeant, just checking on ETA, wanted you to know that we're here ready for you. I said, I'm going through the gate, I'll be there in 10 minutes. He said, okay. So I get there, and I walk out, and this thing is sitting on a truck. And I said, is that my unit? He said, yeah. I said, okay. I said, you know what? That thing looks kind of high with the box on it. So let me grab my high pole, and I'm going to take a measurement, because I'm not sure, like, this thing might be way too high for my trailer. So he said, well, it just looks high because it's sitting on the truck. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're just getting the box. And I'm like, are you sure? Is that box that heavy that, you know, I'm supposed to be picking up 53,000 pounds? He said, yeah, well, it's kind of heavy. I said, okay, well, are you 100% sure that I'm not supposed to get, because what I was told was a truck and a box. And he was like, no, you're just getting the box. I said, okay, man, I guess, like, I don't know what to, you're the man that knows. So he went ahead, I said, let me get pulled over here, I'll get detached, and we'll put that thing on. So he put it on. There was no commercial bill of lading on it, which is odd. They don't, usually you have commercial bill of lading for military stuff. this reserve unit wasn't using commercial bill of ladings. We were just handwriting our own regular bill of lading. So I came to him, I said, do you have any bill on this? And he said, no. He said, do you have ones you can write up? I said, yeah, I can write one up. He says, okay, well, do you need anything from me? And I said, no, I don't, you know, put it on, I'll get it chained down and get out of here. He said, okay, well, have a good day. Or just give me a call if anything comes up, you know, give me a call and I'll come back down. I said, okay. So I'm doing my thing, chaining the thing down, and he comes walking back. He says, so I just talked to Staff Sergeant. He'd like me to get a copy of the bill of lading. He said, would you mind doing it? I said, no, no problem, I'll do it. So I jump in the truck and I handwrite a bill of lading that it says that I got one LST container weighing 53,000 pounds. I give him the copy. He does whatever he does with it, and off he goes. I got loaded, and I don't know. It could be, this could be right. I don't know. But I questioned it there on base, and he was 100% sure that this is what I was supposed to get. It doesn't weigh what they said it was going to weigh, and it's definitely not a truck underneath it. But I got to believe that he was right. You know, there was a big long conversation last night, and he was there this morning. He sure knew what he was talking about. So I'm assuming this is right. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I haven't heard anything either way, and I don't anticipate hearing anything. So we'll see what happens. But that's the story for today. I don't know. You know, it's military. So you just never know what's going to happen and what you're going to get into. Military's good stuff. But, you know, obviously, I like being a Marine. I like to go on the base and all military stuff, and there's a certain amount of pride in it for me. So I like doing it. But man, they can make things difficult. That's for darn sure. So that's all I got. Like I said before, you know, if this is your first time watching the channel and this is your first episode you watch, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you like what you see, consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button. It helps me out, helps the channel out. If you're returning to the channel, thank you for coming back. I appreciate that. Really makes a difference too. So I greatly appreciate it. So I hope everybody enjoys the video, and hope you all have a great day. Talk to you soon. Alright, saw some video there. Oh, immediately got on the road, and here's the scale. So I thought I'd film while I'm going through the scale. This is actually the first time I've been through this scale. We're gonna see if I get the green light or not. But this is actually most of the time when I come through this West Memphis scale or East Memphis scale, I am oversized. So the way that this works for this specific scale, most of the Tennessee scales, is you come onto the ramp and there's a sign there that says overdimensional loads or oversized loads, pull to the back, park, and bring in your permit. So you don't even cross the scale, you just go round back and bring in the permit. So this is the first time I've in a long time that I've been across this scale with a legal load. So we'll see what happens. Oh, I got the green light, so I don't have to go in. Oh, there we go. For anybody that doesn't know how that works, I can't imagine anybody out there in the trucking world that doesn't know how that works. We have pre-pass. If you have pre-pass in your truck, based on your DOT number, it will allow you to bypass the scales ahead of time. So that's what you heard, that little beeping. If you heard it, there's a green light on the back of my box that says that I'm good to go. I can just roll on by. I don't have to stop. And let me tell you, coming from a world where we didn't have that prior to them coming out with it, the first few times you do that, it's a little gets your heart pumped. Like, you think, man, somebody got to come out here and chase me? Like, I don't know that I'm supposed to be running by this scale. It just seems like it's not something you're supposed to do. So, but here we are, running by it right now. A couple trucks coming out, so we'll move on over. Got about 2 hours and 49 minutes drive time left. It looks like it's about 160 miles or so to Nashville, so probably where I'll end up, either just before or just after Nashville. Pretty good spot for the night, I think. And then I'll run the rest of the way in the house tomorrow morning. Should be home a fairly decent hour tomorrow afternoon. Talk to you soon.
18 gears, 18